Let's suppose you have two subnets. One is public and the other one is private. And for security reasons, a database resides on the private subnet to prevent malicious attackers from accessing it. On the other side, you also cannot access it from your local computer. But you need to make some changes to the database, like inserting some data. How will you do it? You can take a few seconds to think of a solution. Well, the solution is placing a VM on the public subnet and allowing access from the public subnet to the private one. This concept is called Bastion Host. Let's illustrate with an example. We'll use AWS CDK plus Python for creating resources. First, initialize the template folder with two commands, CDK init and CDK bootstrap. Begin by importing CDK modules. Next, proceed to establish a VPC consisting of two subnets, one public and one private. Integrate a NAT gateway within the VPC to facilitate package installation for private services. We choose Amazon Linux as an OS and create desired roles for EC2. Now all things are set up. We create a database inside the private subnet. We start by creating a security group allowing inbound traffic on the port 5432, then creating the VM inside the private subnet, plus assigning the security group to it, and finally uploading a script file to S3. The script file contains the following commands: to install Docker, pull the Postgres image, and run it. The import side now is creating the Bastion VM, which opens the SSH port 22 and associated with SSH key for future login. The last piece of code is showing both IP addresses, the public IP for Bastion and the private one for the database. Activate the Python environment and deploy the resources by running CDK deploy. After the resources get deployed, we retrieve the SSH key from the AWS parameter store and save it inside a PIM file. Give it the 600 permission and then SSH into the server. Install PSQL command and test the Postgres connection passing the private IP address of the database. We successfully connected to the database. But do we need to SSH to the Bastion host every time we want to connect into the database? No. We can forward the SSH port to the local host and then connect like before from the local host.